Okay, so this article is from Notebook Check. Uh, doesn't tell me who wrote the article. I guess this site is by one person. I guess. Maybe at the end they'll tell you who the name is, but I have to give credit where credit is due, man. Uh, excuse me. Um, there's this guy who claims that he can make a PC just as powerful as a PS4 or more powerful, and it will cost less money or something like that. Well, anyways, let it be cleared up in this article here. It says, well-known tech YouTuber declares PS5 dead. Wants to provide proof by building his own PC for the same price and fails all along the line. Tech YouTuber Linus Tech Tips wanted to provide that it is possible to put together a gaming PC that costs no more than the PS5, but does more. Only it worked on paper. It also requires compromises that hardly any gamer would make. Wow. So this thumbnail here, it cost them a total of $4.75. It says after 10 days, the video has over 1.8 million clicks with around 72,000 likes and 2,200 dislikes. So it's 72,000 likes and 2,200 dislikes. So, yeah. Oh, it's by Marius Muller. That's what it's by. Okay. Okay, this is the article by Marius Muller. Okay. Says there is no question that a gaming PC offers more possibilities than a games console. However, in terms of cost and user friendliness, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and the like are superior to computers. Tech YouTuber Linus Tech Tips wanted to prove that the opposite and embarked on an ambitious experiment. He put together a gaming PC that would offer better performance than a PS5 at a comparable price. However, a number of difficulties arose when the YouTuber had apparently not considered. The project can therefore be considered a failure. Huh. Yeah, it's entitled "It's Time to Kill the PS5." Wow. Okay, cheating on the costs. Uh-oh. At a cost of $475, the Linus was initially able to obtain all components at a price comparable to the purchase price of a PS5. Currently available with one controller for $500 on Amazon. However, this was only possible because the YouTuber decided to buy used hardware without a warranty. The following components were installed. He had a main board, processor, graphics card, hard disk, case, power supply, and a memory. Of course, you need memory. So the memory cost him $35. The power supply cost him $40. He got the case for free. The hard disk was $40. The graphics card was $200. Processor was $120. The main board costed him $40. So it goes on a read. The total price quoted is not really realistic. Linus received the case free of charge due to signs of use. Additional costs would have to be planned for this. The shipping cost for the individual components are also not included in the $475 price, nor are the costs for the operating system and peripherals. If you want to rebuild the PC, you have to plan for significantly higher costs. Buying new hardware would cost over $1,000. I heard it was cheaper to build your own PC. I think he meant if you bought one from somebody with all the parts included. That's not built. That's what I think. But if you're gonna buy them but if you're gonna buy individual parts to build your own PC, it's more money. That's what I'm assuming he meant. This other person that I'm subscribed to on YouTube. But yeah, so he had to buy the parts individually. But that's a steal for he only spent $475 as opposed to $1,000. So, anyways, not an option for most gamers. Here we go with this. The advantage of games consoles is that they are ready to use straight out of the box. Assembling a PC requires not only technical understanding, but also time, which not everyone wants to spend. Hold on, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. This is what I heard. I never built a PC before, but I heard it was super, super fucking easy to build a PC. It's like putting, how do you describe it? It's like, I can't remember how he said it, but anyway, he said it's super easy, doesn't require a lot of time to do so. Yeah, that's what I heard. So, anyways, it depends. It depends if I feel if the time's well spent. You know what I'm saying? I could spend time doing some things if I'm interested in it. You know, but it depends on what I'm doing. You know. Okay, it goes on to say, as it turned out, the do-it-yourself PC was actually able to achieve a higher frame rate in some games. However, other games only ran after BIOS adjustments or BIOS adjustments. So, oh, wow. It is therefore unlikely that many gamers would follow the YouTuber's example and build their own PC from used hardware instead of buying a PS5. Yeah, people don't want to make time these days, man. They just don't. They want shit. Snap of a finger. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? They want it now and shit. So that's the guy who did the article. A little profile about him. Yeah, I'm not going to read all 47 comments, but I like to read some of them, at least. So his name is Linus Tech Tips. So it's basically a failure. I mean, if given the option, if I had to do what he did or just buy a PS5, I'd just buy a PS5. That's just me, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous. All your games don't run and shit. Unless you had a certain adjustment as the BIOS, I think it's called, whatever. I've never heard that before. But yeah. Okay, this George, he says, well, sure, forgetting for the moment that most consoles are sold as loose leaders, i.e., it costs more to make them than what they are sold for. Oh, the assembly of a PC with retail parts is always going to cost more. However, when you consider the actual wholesale costs and or the prices of discounted or used hardware, the cost of a PC gaming drops considerably. One must factor in the endless MS updates along with nonstop NVIDIA and AMD driver updates into how much a Royal Pita, a gaming PC, can be to own and maintain an inexpensive console appears attractive. I'm not familiar with these terms. I'm not, as you can, even if I was a PC gamer, I wouldn't be familiar with these terms. That's why I'm like stumbling with some of these words. Forgive me. This guy says, so just like this article is a printed reaction on a YouTuber and not really news, the whole reason LTT Linus exists is to show people these types of scenarios in an entertaining way. You know, content creation. What a waste of print. No, it wasn't a waste. I enjoy covering this. So this one, Tech One says, I wouldn't be caught dead playing on a filthy console. Filthy console. PC Gamer says, compromises that PC gamers would not make equals buying used hardware. How out of touch is this author? The price of new components puts them far above the budget of a large percentage of PC gamers. Up until my latest computer, all my previous machines were made from used hardware. They just represent far better value for money and, for the most part, will last many years with no issues. Parts become outdated far faster than they become unreliable or obsolete. As for the case and peripherals pushing the budget over 500, it would not take buying main games before the difference was surpassed, given the bloated price that you have to pay for console versions of the games. Okay. Two Scoops of Hate. Oh, that's his name. He says, well, this person clearly doesn't have much experience in either side. Coming from a console player, he says, quote, had to use consoles because of money my whole life. Now having a PC, I would never go back. Consoles is full of shit or garbage, as he says. I add the shit in it, so he probably had to say garbage, or his comment wouldn't have stayed up, I guess, on a YouTube mode. Lizan says, I wonder why the writer of this article is so dismissive of the used market. As someone who has bought and sold hundreds of PCs on the used market, I know just how many gamers get their first PC that way. I would say that a good 60 to 70% of PCs I sold went to new PC gamers who were switching from console. Building a PC for under 500 that performs the same as a PS5 isn't new. I have been building systems of that caliber for that price range for almost 2 years now. It is quite presumptuous to assume that most gamers wouldn't make those compromises. I see them making those comparisons every day. It depends on the individual. That's what it boils down to. It depends on the individual. Some are not going to do it, you know. And I just said, well, I run about PS5. I just said it earlier. So I mean, but if you rather go the route of building your own PC and all that shit, but some, like I said, he pretty much, the article said he pretty much failed, because it sounds a lot like the result was that his PC runs a little bit worse than the PS5 does. That's what I understood from what the article was talking about. Jakov Kid says this article is wrong in so many ways and doesn't have any grasp on what gamers would compromise. I also think the writer fails to realize that consoles at 500 are sold at a loss. I have both PC and console, and I'm fine with a $500 PS5. But Linux proves you can hit the same numbers with the same price, and by the way, have a full functioning PC as well. It failed. Didn't you read the article? It's no better than the PS5. And he claims, what did he say? PS5 is dead or something like that. The title he pretty much said I can make a PC better than the PS5. That's what he was talking about. What did you miss? Did you watch the YouTube video? In fact, you don't have to watch the YouTube video. You see the title. You can see what he entitled it. Anyway, Logan says, my main issue with the video is that it's comparing a used machine versus a new one. A used PS5 from eBay with disc tray runs about 250-ish. The comparison is moot from the get-go. Now, if you want to start arguing about the value over the lifespan, that might deserve to be looked into. Personally, I have a machine from each faction and main the PS5 just because that's what I do, despite having a PC that blows the others out the water. Okay, that was his two cents on it. Kriegel? Fuck it, I don't know how to pronounce this shit. Kriegel says, why is changing BIOS option not an option for most gamers? It's the implication that most gamers are too stupid to know to go through their settings and update things. Is that really a mark against the PC or just a window into the experience of this author? Wow. Console owners don't have as many options as PC gamers do. That's a fact. PC game has way more options and way more tweaks that they could do with their games as opposed to console gamers. I mean, yes, I will hand it to PS4. When PS4 came out, like if the game originally released on the PS3 and it comes on the PS4, it might have a few more options on the PS4 as opposed to the PS3 counterpart. Okay, I give them that. But compare that to the options a PC gamer, let's say when they play a game like GTA 4. It's like night and day. You got way more options to tweak your games than you do with PS5 and PS4. So moving on, Badman says, I see PC boys are getting mad talking about their used parts. One, you can't compare the cost of a used PC and a new PS5. See how much PC you can build for $250, the cost of a used PS5. That's the only comparison you can make. You compare new and new, used and used, unless you're rigging the comparison. So what if, number two, okay, here we go. Number two, so what if Sony's losing money on the console? What do you care as a gamer? The loss just shows it's impossible to build a new machine with new parts for the same price because the components cost money. Why does the gamer care about the Sony loss leader? Seriously, I can't understand this argument. Is it unfair or something? Immoral? You can't build a new machine with new parts because they cost too much. End of story. End of story. I think you meant end of story. Morality considerations or fairness don't matter for the price. I guess he made his argument, huh? So we shouldn't care if Sony's losing money. I mean, I'm going to admit, I don't care if they are. I'm just being honest. I don't care if they're losing money. You know, it's like, oh, what if Sony just dies out then? I'm like, they just die out then. I mean, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. It's like, it just is what it is. I mean, do I hope it happens? No. Do I hope Sony vanishes from the face of the earth? No. But you know, if they do, I can imagine what caused it. You know what I'm saying? I can make a video explaining like what I think caused it. I'm pretty sure one of the speculations are fucking correct regarding Sony's downfall. So, yeah. At the end of the day, I really don't give a shit. I mean, if they lose money, they lose money. It's like I'm not gonna be shaking in my boots, you know. But anyways, Sheep Gravy says Linus kind of sucks. I don't really trust him, and that's on me for being skeptical of almost everything and everyone and things. I don't get it. Just buy what you want to play, the games you want on. Sometimes I wish I was a kid again with my NES. The joy and excitement of saving up and buying my SNES or Super Nintendo. Those memories were magic. I love MMOs, early days too. Ultimate Online, love crack, even World of Warcraft. I wouldn't go back to one now. Just seeing how some people seeing how some people get about World of Warcraft is insane. He went on a tangent. Basically, he's pretty much saying, just buy what you want, whether it's PC, whether it's PS5 or whatever the fuck. Just enjoy gaming. That's fair. Techlit says, it's called Techit. Techit says, imagine creating a hit piece based on a video you never even watched. How do you know he hasn't watched it? That's pretty bold to say. It continues. He even said at the end of the video that the PS5 is still the better option when it comes to the price to performance. He never said it was dead. Are you talking about the uploader, not the article? Let me see. He said the PS5 is still a better option when it comes to the price of performance. Yeah, it sounds to me like he admitted defeat. He tried to make his PC better than PS5, but he failed. But at least he admitted the PS5 was better. Wait, he never said the PS5 was dead? Really? Let me see. What's the title of his video? It's time to kill. See? It's time to kill the PlayStation 5. Look at that. It's time to kill the PlayStation 5. Like I said before, he attempted to outdo the PS5 with his PC, with his built PC, but he failed. Fair enough, he never said the PS5 is dead, but I'm just saying his attempt failed. That's what I'm saying. I lost my spot, but fuck it. Oh, let's read this one. Don't worry, be happy. This was 2 hours ago. Literally built a new PC new last gen hardware for less than 1K at the time of purchase. Thanks to some promos and combo deals, I got what I needed for less than I expected. A friend had a case that was similar to the one I was already looking at and gave it to me since he upgraded his case. This opened my budget up to pick up a monitor cable and a keyboard and mouse. My PC is a legit budget build, but it's going to run whatever it is that I want it to. I have a buddy running Diablo 4 at 60 frames per second on a 2070 Ti, and dude couldn't be happier. Not only was the point of the video to show you, not only was the point of the video to show you can use hardware at a deal or buy used hardware at a deal, it'll perform almost as good as a brand new console. Notice the key word here, perform almost. That's what he proved. He didn't prove they can outperform the PS5. At least not his PC couldn't. However, but if you already have a PC, depending on the architecture of your MB, you can upgrade to newer components to get just a little more out of it. At the end of the day, it is up to the gamer. My friend is happy with his 60 frames per second. I'm happy I got into PC gaming at a solid price point. My bad. To call Linus' video a failure because he didn't meet the name of the video is cheap and low. No, it's not. He is a failure. He failed. It's plain and simple. Just go on and admit it, he failed. Get your head out your fucking ass. He failed. It continues. Go back and rewatch it. You got roasted in the comments on this one. Sent her a little too hard there, bud. I think I know who needs to rewatch it, and they still won't get it. Jutiba says, tell me you're desperate for views without telling me. This guy knows nothing about computers. He must be a PlayStation fanboy who can't get any streamers to watch him on a dead console, so he wrote a dead article instead. Typical. That's very mature. Very mature. Lamar says, excuse me, do you have something against Linus's YouTube page? Because that's all you proved in this article. No, he proved that Linus's attempt to make his PC better than a PS5 failed. Void SM says, please retire from writing articles. Used components are fine as long as you know what you're doing. Like someone else said, LTT or Linus is meant to show you scenarios just in an entertaining way. I have used components and my PC runs perfectly fine. Good. But anyways, that's it for me. I'm through reading these comments. Like I said, I wasn't going to read all 47. And plus, new ones are steady coming in, I bet. But if you're somehow interested in this article here, it's from Notebook Check. I don't know what it's entitled though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you can find it on Google, but yeah, I guess type in anything. Just let Google know what you want to find. I guess, and you should find it if you're interested in reading more or just reading the comments. But yeah, that's all there is to it for this one. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this, really. You know, what baffles me is that his PC actually underperformed PS5. I don't know if he meant that as a joke. Is he a joke YouTuber or what? I don't know, but it actually underperformed it. Um, so yeah, with that being said, this is why Criminals on sign the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all and be safe out there. Peace. I'm out. And before I go, if I missed anything that the article said or any of the comments, or if I'm off about something, please let me know. Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Have a good one.